With the Titan submarine tragedy claiming the lives of 5 people and leaving everyone around the world in shock, there's only one question lingering on everyone's mind in the aftermath. Can we stop such an accident from happening again? Should governments and exploration companies put a stop to trips like these entirely, or is there room for improvement? Keep watching to find out. The Titan tragedy. The Titan embarked on a 4,000-meter dive to the Titanic on the 18th of June 2023, with 5 billionaires on board. However, things took a turn for the worse when operators lost communication with the submarine. Authorities were alerted and rescue missions were launched, but as the men raced against the clock to save the 5 passengers on board, the worst had already happened. According to reports, the OceanGate submarine had imploded a few hours after submersion. Now, to answer your question, yes, we can stop the Titan submarine tragedy from reoccurring. Safety concerns. Although investigations are still ongoing and there's no concrete evidence yet, there's a growing suspicion that the accident occurred due to a neglect of safety regulations. Reports about the company's CEO saying safety is pure waste have surfaced, raising questions about the negligence amongst the global population. CBS News reporter David Pogue had the chance to go for a dive to the Titanic site underwater, and though he was able to return safely to land, he did come across some questionable language on the paperwork he was asked to sign before the dive. The paperwork claimed, the experimental vessel has not been approved or certified by any regulatory body and could result in physical injury, emotional trauma, or death. David also noticed that the submarine was, in fact, made from off-the-counter materials, including a video game controller to pilot the vessel, which doesn't exactly inspire confidence. What's worse is that when David brought up these concerns to OceanGate CEO Stockton Rush, he shot them completely down. And now, after the aftermath of the tragedy, it's been revealed that OceanGate never got the Titan officially safety certified. The certification would have assured that the submarine met all the regulations to ensure safe travel for the passengers. So, the first step to preventing an accident like this in the future will be by calling for stringent safety conditions. Regulatory bodies should be kept a strict check on companies like OceanGate to ensure submarine design and operation according to the given standard. Meanwhile, a regular testing schedule by third-party agencies should also be set in place to ensure that the vessel never falls below these standards. Submarine construction. Though ensuring safety regulations is important, the problem could be rooted out during the construction of the actual vessel. According to reports, Titan was made out of experimental materials like titanium and filament-wound carbon fiber. Typically, U.S. Navy submarines are made out of carbon steel, which has proven itself to be strong and reliable over the years. Captain David Marquette, a retired Navy submarine commander, confirmed the value of carbon steel, saying that the engineers understand how it reacts in different situations very clearly. Meanwhile, carbon fiber has been used around for a long time in the aerospace industry, but is yet to be proved worth in the deep sea pressures. According to the captain, carbon fiber would need to undergo repeated dives, x-rays, and ultrasounds before companies can employ it for deep sea dives. The Titanic wreckage lies about 13,000 feet, which is way deeper than the usual 2,000 or 3,000 feet dives that U.S. Navy submarines undertake. At 13,000 feet, the water pressure is enormous, 40 times the ocean surface, which means that the water would have been exerting a force of 6,000 pounds per square inch of the Titan. Investigations after the incidents have revealed that the vessel imploded shortly after its death, signifying a defect in the construction of the submarine. Experts have since then come out and confirmed this. Bart Kemper, a mechanical engineer who was a part of the Marine Technology Society, said that the Titan's design has not been used at this depth. Kemper also revealed that around 36 members of the Marine Technology Society sat down for a chat with Rush and explained the concerns about his experiment approach, but to no avail. That said, going forward, submarine vessels should stick to using tried and tested materials. If not carbon steel, then any composite metal that's repeatedly proven its worth at those depths should be employed during the construction process. Better design. A revamp of the submarine's design should also be considered, since experts suggest that the Titan's unconventional design might be as well to blame. As a 22-foot-long, 23,000-pound vessel, the Titanic's larger intervolume meant it was subjected to external pressure, which meant more fatigue and deformation loads. Fatigue means bending a wire back and forth until it breaks, while deformation means splitting wood down to the grain. What's more, the submarine has sustained considerable damage during its previous 24 dives. So, going forward, engineers should focus on designing an optimal, up-to-date submarine design with mandatory checks before each dive to prevent any kind of tragedy. That's all for today. Until next time.